And I asked Judge Sotomayor during her hearing whether, if not bound by Second Circuit or a Supreme Court precedent on whether Second Amendment rights should be considered fundamental rights, she would keep an open mind evaluating that legal question. Her response to me was straightforward. She said, "You asked me whether I have an open mind on that question." Absolutely. She said, "I would not prejudge any question that came before me if I was a justice on the Supreme Court." She couldn't have gone any further without prejudging Justice Scalia's opinion. So I am disappointed by recent news accounts that the National Rifle Association has decided to score the vote on confirming Judge Sotomayor to the Supreme Court. They did this in response to pressure from the Republican leader. In fact, it's the first time in history of the NRA that they've scored a Supreme Court confirmation vote. The irony of this is, if she had been nominated by a Republican president, they'd all be supporting her with her record. So I ask consent to place in the record the conclusion of my statement, a copy of a July 24 letter from 4 members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus who have consistently earned higher ratings from the NRA, to the NRA's Executive Vice President and Executive Director.
Without objection.
Congressmen Joe Baca, Solomon Ortiz, Silvestre Reyes, and John Salazar wrote, "We are disappointed by the NRA's opposition. It's not merited by either Judge Sotomayor's record or hearing testament." In fact, they said Judge Sotomayor has said more than either of the 2 previous Supreme Court nominees about the Second Amendment. Specifically, she said it confers an individual right as recognized by the Supreme Court in its Heller decision. And the letter continues. This is my point. Even more troubling, it appears you are holding Judge Sotomayor to a different standard than you held Judges Roberts and Alito when they were nominated to the court, or for that matter, any previous nominee to the court. I think it is a double standard. When those 2 men were nominated by a Republican president, they didn't have this standard. When this woman was nominated by a Democrat, suddenly they changed the standard. The double standard, as they went on to say, the double standard you have set for Judge Sotomayor is a disservice to all members of the NRA, particularly those who are Hispanic. And we are mystified as to why the NRA is characterizing Judge Sotomayor as hostile to the rights of gun owners and evaluating Judge Sotomayor by a different standard than that which have held previous Supreme Court nominations. I would